Hello and welcome back to our Chronological Bible and Year reading plan. Today we are on day 159 and we have Proverbs 16, 17, and 18. Proverbs 16 start us off. To man belongs the preparations of the heart, but from Yahweh is the answer of the tongue. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but Yahweh weighs the spirits. Commit your works to Yahweh, and your plan shall be established. Yahweh has made all for his purpose, and also the wicked for the day of evil. Everyone proud in heart is an abomination to Yahweh. Hand to hand he does not go unpunished. By kindness and truth wickedness is pardoned, and in the reverence of Yahweh one turns away from evil. When a man's ways please Yahweh, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. Better is a little with righteousness than a large income without right ruling. A man's heart plans his way, but Yahweh establishes his steps. An oath is on the lips of the sovereign, and right ruling his mouth trespasses not. A right scale and balances are of Yahweh. All the weights in the bag are his work. It is an abomination for sovereigns to commit wickedness. For a throne is established by righteousness. Righteous lips are the delight of sovereigns, and they love him who speaks what is straight. The sovereign's wrath is a messenger of death, but a wise man appeases it. In the light of a sovereign's face is life, and his delight is like a cloud of the latter rain. How much better it is to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding is preferable to silver. The highway of the straight is to turn away from evil. He who guards his height watches over his way. Before destruction, pride, and before a fall, a haughty spirit. Better to be lowly in spirit with the poor than to divide the spoil with the proud. He who acts wisely concerning the word finds good. And Baruch, which means blessed, is he who trusts in Yahweh. The wise-hearted is called discerning, and sweetness of lips increases learning. Understanding is a fountain of height to him who has it, but the disciplining of fools is folly. The heart of the wise gives discretion to his mouth, and he increases learning to his lips. Pleasant words are like a honeycomb, sweet to the being and healing to the bones. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. He who labors for himself, for his mouth drives him on. A man of Belial plots evil, and on his lips it is like a burning fire. A perverse man sends forth strife, and a slanderer separates intimate friends. A malicious man entices his neighbor and leads him in a way that is not good. Winking with his eye to plot perversely, moving his lips he shall bring about evil. Gray hair is a crown of adorning. It is found in the way of righteousness. He who is patient is better than the mighty, and he who rules over his spirit than he who takes a city. The lot is cast into the lap, but every decision by it is from Yahweh. Proverbs 17. Better is a dry piece of bread and rest with it than a house filled with the offerings of strife. A wise servant rules over a son who causes shame and shares an inheritance among the brothers. A refining pot is for silver and a furnace for gold, but Yahweh tries the hearts. An evildoer gives heed to wicked lips. A liar gives ear to the tongue of desire. He who mocks the poor reproaches his maker. He who rejoices at calamity does not go unpunished. Children's children are the crown of old men, and the adornment of children is their fathers. Excellent speech is not fitting for a fool, much less lying lips for a noble. A present is a stone of favor in the eyes of its owner. Wherever he turns, he prospers. He who covers a transgression seeks love, but he who repeats a matter separates intimate friends. Reproof enters deeper into a wise man than 100 blows on a fool. An evil one seeks only rebellion, so a cruel messenger is sent against him. Let a bereaved bear meet a man rather than a fool in his folly. Whoever rewards evil for good, evil does not leave his house. The beginning of strife is like releasing water. Therefore, stop fighting before it breaks out. He who declares the wicked right, and he who condemns the righteous, both of them are an abomination to Yahweh. Why is this a price in the hand of a fool to buy wisdom when there is no heart? A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A man lacking heart shakes hands in a pledge. He becomes a guarantor for his friend. He who loves transgression loves strife. He who exalts his door seeks destruction. He who has a crooked heart finds no good, and he who has a perverse tongue falls into evil. He who brings forth a fool has sorrow for it, and the father of a fool has no joy. A rejoicing heart causes good healing, but a stricken spirit dries the bones. One who is wicked accepts a bribe behind the back to pervert the paths of right ruling. Wisdom is before the face of the understanding one, but the eyes of a fool are on the ends of the earth. A foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her who bore him. It is also not good to punish the righteous one, to smite noble ones for straightness. He who has knowledge spares his words, and a man of understanding is cool of spirit. Even a fool keeping silence is regarded as wise, as understanding when he closes his lips. In Proverbs 18, the separatist seeks self-desire. He breaks out against all sound wisdom. A fool does not delight in understanding, but in uncovering his own heart. When a wicked one comes, scorn comes too, and with shame, reproach. The words of a man's mouth are deep waters. The fountains of wisdom is a flowing stream. It is not good to show partiality to the wicked, or to turn aside the righteous in right ruling. A fool's lips enter into strife, and his mouth calls for blows. A fool's mouth is his ruin, and his lips are the snare of his life. The words of a slanderer are like delicacies, and they go down into the inner parts of the heart. Also he who is slack in his work is a brother of a master destroyer. The name of Yahuwah is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and are safe. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, and like a high wall in his own imagination. Before destruction the heart of a man is haughty, and before esteem is humility. He who answers a matter before he hears it, it is folly and shame to him. The spirit of a man sustains him in sickness, but who can bear a broken spirit? The heart of the understanding one gets knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. The first to state his own case is right, until another comes and examines him. The lot settles disputes and separates between the mighty. A brother transgressed against is a strong city, and contentions are like the bars of a citadel. A man's stomach is satisfied from the fruit of his mouth. He is satisfied by the increase of his lips. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those loving it eat its fruit. He who has found a wife has found good, and receives favor from Yahuwah. The poor speaks beseechingly, but the rich answers fiercely. A man of friends might come to ruin, but there is a loving one who sticks closer than a brother. And that concludes our reading for today. As always, thank you for joining. Hope you've been reading along. And peace and blessings and love to you. See you in the next one.